Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Paige and I read a lot of books. My boyfriend is going out of town this weekend for a work trip, so I'm gonna see how many books I can read while he's gone. My goal is 4 books because he'll be gone for 4 days, so book a day. And I'm gonna start with my very first Agatha Christie. It's less than 300 pages and the text is pretty big, to be honest, so I'm hoping I can get it done today. Let's see how it goes. Okay, little update. I'm like 200 and some pages in. We're down to 6 people left on the island. And it's just funny. I can tell that it's written in the 1930s because they keep using queer. It's just outdated and it is what it is. But yeah, I think it's good. I can see why Agatha Christie is like world renowned for this writing. I will say that compared to like my favorite thrillers these days, like I'm not loving this as much, but my boyfriend is actually the one who suggested this book and he was like, you got to go back to the classics. And I was like, okay, I get it. So it's been a fun read. It definitely just reminds me of the board game Clue. And so it's been funny. The dialogue and the writing is just like very funny to me. But anyway, I have like 100 pages left. I'm expecting to fly through it and we'll see how it ends. Who knows who the murderer is, because I don't. All right, I finished and then there were none. Let's talk about it. It was my first Agatha Christie, and I just feel like it was good. I get why it's a classic. I get why it's like the template for the whodunit genre. I think it was just written in the 30s, and so it didn't hit as hard as some of the thrillers that are like 5 stars to me now, but it was fun. It was good. It was a silly good time. The like plucking off one character at a time was pretty funny. And yeah, it was fun. I don't know if I have anything more like profound to say about it other than I get it. I think today I'm done reading. I will pick up a book tomorrow. Maybe I'll show you guys also kind of the stack that I'm thinking for the next 3 days. But yeah, it was good. 4 stars is what I rated it. Good morning, my friends. So last night I ended up picking up The Everlasting and I had a really hard time putting it down. I was reading until my eyes were closing. I'm already hooked. I think the premise is really intriguing. I really don't know where it's going to go yet. I'm starting chapter 3, so I'm really not that far in at all, but I already really like the characters, the way the story is being told. So yeah, also this book is just like very pretty. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's like almost iridescent. Like it changes in the light, which is kind of cool. But anyway, I'm gonna have my matcha. I'm gonna read for a bit. Then I'm probably gonna pop to the gym, take the dog for a walk, and then yeah, probably read some more. I might throw in some house projects because there are a couple of those, and it's springtime now, so I'm feeling very motivated to get them done. But anyway, yeah, let's get to reading. halfway through The Everlasting, and sometimes, honestly, often I go into books blind. I just go off of people that I trust and their recommendations. And I will say that I did that with this book, and I had no idea that it was like time travel. And I will say that that is not my favorite, but the writing itself is incredible. Like the writing is really beautiful and almost whimsical, despite it being heartbreaking. Like, it's beautifully heartbreaking, if that makes sense. And the two main characters are amazing. It's kind of interesting though, like, because at the beginning, or like at least from where I'm at, both of the FMC and the MMC, they tell their version of the same story, which again, I don't love, just because it feels a little bit repetitive. But I will say, because the writing is so beautiful, it's been a fun read anyway. So I am about halfway through, and I am really liking it. I have a couple hours left, I think. I have like 150 pages, so I'm excited. I'm very curious, because now I just finished her version of the story, and so I'm very curious where it's going to go from here. So yeah, let's see. It is day 3 of my sweet boyfriend being out of town, and last night I did finish The Everlasting, and whoa, I totally understand the hype around this book. The way that it's written is incredible. I think the way that it's basically written to quote unquote you, and so it almost felt like this really sweet love letter to me, which gets you like extra wrapped up in all of the emotions, and just the way that it's written is just so beautiful. And like I had mentioned, I'm not a huge fan of like time travel for books or movies, but this one did it right. I was really pleased with how this went. The ending was unexpected. Anyway, the ending was really good. I ended up rating this 4.5 stars, only because I don't like time travel. Otherwise, it definitely would have been a 5-star. I did go ahead and order her book Starling House off of Pango Books, because I think that, from what I understand, it's like a witchy like vibe read. I could be totally wrong, but I liked her writing so much that I'm definitely excited to read some of her other books. So anyway, this one is done. And then I also picked up Give Me Butterflies to start last night, and I only got like 2 chapters in, and it's super cute. It seems like a very easy read. Her second book in this series came out, I think, at the end of last month. I think it's called A Place Like You, or No Place Like You, or something. So I'm trying to read this first so that I can read the next one here soon. But yeah, it's just like an easy peasy rom-com read is what I'm thinking. She seems to be a bug girl, an entomologist, and then I think he's an astronomer. Okay. And I think they work at like the same science museum, which is kind of fun. I've never read a book that has that kind of setting, so I'm excited about it. I do have to go get an MRI today for my ankle, because it's been injured for forever now. So that's going to eat into my reading time today, but I'll take it and read it in the waiting room, and I will definitely read it when I get back. It's also a beautiful day, so I'm going to take the dog for a walk and have some matcha first and just get this day going. So I'm home, MRI is done, and I also got word from my man that they are headed out today, so he'll be home super late tonight, which means I really only have one more day for all my book reading. I just started some laundry, and I think I'm just going to hang out on the porch. It's really nice, and I'm about like a halfway through Give Me Butterflies, and it's pretty cute. I will say I feel like the romance picked up really quick. Like, they met, they had known each other, but they had their little meet cute or whatever in like the first 2 chapters, and then it picked up really quickly. So I'm kind of curious what is going to happen in the second half of the book, because I'm used to a little bit more yearning and like slow burn. And granted, like, they haven't done anything, they haven't even kissed yet, but they have definitely confessed feelings for each other, and so I am just curious how this is going to go. But yeah, it's like 3 o'clock right now, I think, and he said I'll be home around 10ish. So I've got the rest of the day to read. I'll probably finish this in a couple hours, and then I'll at least start my 4th book. Tomorrow I think it's going to be busier than I expected, but whatever. That is life, and it has been a great weekend of reading. So here we go. We'll jump back in. Officially day 4. My boyfriend did get home last night, and I was planning on finishing Give Me Butterflies, but then I got distracted by watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives for hours until I got home, and so I did not finish it. I don't have much left though, probably like 50 pages or so. It's really cute. There is a plot twist towards the end that had me gasping, so that's crazy. But yeah, I'm gonna sit here and finish the book, and then I will give you guys my last review. Alrighty, my friends, I finally finished Give Me Butterflies, and I will say I'm gonna rate it 3.5 stars, because it wasn't like amazing, but it was a really cute read. It was also a really easy read, so I would definitely recommend it as a palate cleanser. I also think it's perfect for spring because it's got spring vibes. I mean, the cover alone is like adorable. And I also did really like the characters. I am excited to read her next book. I'm not sure if I'm assuming it's a spinoff, but I don't know who it's about. Anyway, it was a great introduction to her. I think she will be an author I pick up again for sure. I specifically really liked that the setting was like a science museum. I haven't read a rom-com in that setting before, so I thought that was really fun. But anyway, today was day 4, and it's like later in the day, like getting close to dinner time, so I did not meet my goal of reading 4 books, but in my defense, that's because Secret Lives of Mormon Wives randomly took over my life last night. I'm not generally a reality TV person, but I think because they are, like, it's filmed in Utah, it's about women in Utah and men, I guess, with dad talk. So I just find it really interesting since I live in Salt Lake City. So it was kind of fun to just binge some of that. But also, he got home earlier than expected. I thought today I would have all day to myself. I've also got like the ankle stuff going on. I got the MRI results, which aren't great, and so that distracted me for a couple hours trying to Google what all of the results meant before like meeting with my doctor later this week. But anyway, blah blah blah. I still read 3 books. I'm really happy with it. I'll probably pick up another book tomorrow. But thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys soon.